I was trying to turn on the other one, but I was checking this individual who had an impaction. And I missed the turn. And when I turned to make a U-turn, there was a sheriff's deputy and his girlfriend, I guess, having a taco at the taco stand. Sometimes I feel like they just want an excuse to stop people. This particular area had seen more people die. Not too far from where Jamie White was killed. I don't even remember ever having a break. But anyway, in this area, an elderly female was shot to death. And I don't remember reading about it in the newspapers. Because it seems to me that when I would read some of the blogs from the officers, they would literally discuss how they target certain people. That's all I'm saying, because I think, yeah, and my sister and other people said to me that they believed that they were working with the truckers, the tow truck drivers, because every time that they would get stopped and they wouldn't have anything to drink, a tow truck driver was right there, hand in hand. It was unbelievable. Almost as if, they were just waiting. My sister had gotten pulled over. My friend Patty got pulled over. And she didn't have anything to drink. And they made her do all these things. I don't know. What do you expect? But yet, when this guy mows down, kills people, you didn't even want to arrest him because you didn't know he was the driver. And you're right, these lights that you put on people are just ridiculous. Too many lights. Always working on the roads, always. You can't even, no, when I was arrested, I was in this nursing home, but this cop followed me and horrified this was years ago. I hadn't been thinking about it until they kept cornering me and all these anonymous calls, and then weird things began to happen, almost as if, hey, it's just odd to me. But yet, you let this tow truck driver, with all this congestion on the roads, it's just crazy. Because it is now. There was a person literally with some type of light trying to blind people. I'm not talking about recently, about 2 years ago. So as you're driving, you can't see. And then this drone would come up to you. But yet you didn't use the drone from being gauzy. Somehow no, it wasn't that. I had a pink watch this time from China, and I set the timer. And I would turn the light on to red. And this cop would get real crazy. He got really crazy with me. I wasn't doing it deliberately. I wanted him to see the red light. Not the red line. You get why? Only a few people had those. Yeah, we sound like, I sound like, yes, I have a sensor. Yeah, it's not a probational thing. It was an experiment. it would stop working. So I don't know how you guys monitor things, but I wrote about this too. It's unbelievable that you don't know when something isn't working or the accurate time of death, because these sensors will tell you when it's embedded in your hip. So you have to tell people. This is crazy. Yeah, so when he stopped me this last time, it was because he said I drove too fast getting on across the highway where those cops are at. I'm sorry, but in order to get it going, you have to give it some gusto. If that was problematic, and I wasn't on the railroad tracks, I didn't even know Buda had railroad tracks until recently. Instead of solving the cases of who killed this elderly man or Jamie White, you're busy targeting people because you don't have anything better to do, or you think that you're on to something, or it's personal. I do feel like it's personal. You don't stop me that many times. Now, Bobby Witt would stop people. This is an ex-Hutto police officer, because he didn't recognize the vehicle. And back then we could say, Bobby, okay, get out of the way. Write me a ticket later. This time, instead of being able to say that, you're busy pulling your gun out and shooting people. Except when there's witnesses. Well, that's true. I think everybody's doing something. Whether it's a tail light, we noticed this. No, I went back and talked to a lot of these people, and I don't care how long this video is. You don't seem to get it. When you start targeting people, that's becoming personal. And not only is it personal, it's becoming insanity. Almost as if the stalker comes back to finish his stalking. And you know exactly what I'm saying. Because I called a couple of friends and told them, I'm not being threatening. I just feel like I was being threatened multiple times. Over-aggressive police. Even this brother of this police officer said, you're starting to scare people because you're driving erratic. And I know for a fact that most of you police officers in Austin and in San Antonio drink a lot of alcohol. Because you'd ask me to fill it up. And I don't care. You put it in your mugs. So when you stopped me and said, do you smell alcohol? No, I smelled alcohol on you, officer. I don't drink alcohol, but I'm pretty sure you're the one that was drinking. And then as I was putting gas, I almost tripped over this gas, the handle, and I thought, great, now you got me. But you think Russia's bad? No, you're worse than Russia. Yes, you are. I don't care. Every time I was recording, but this is the truth. I asked to be